This is a kind of controversial site, and it's entitled 996. And 996 is a concept that Jack Ma put out some years ago. And Jack Ma, as you probably know, is the founder of Alibaba. Alibaba is a humongous, gargantuan online retail organization, probably about as big as Amazon. I don't know which one's bigger. I don't know if Alibaba is bigger or Amazon is bigger, but it's a humongous system, sales organization. And the subtitle is subtitled "Working Hard and Working Smart." And a few years ago, Jack Ma went on the internet and he said that people should be working 996. That's why it's entitled 996. And what 996 means, like, you should be working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. And that caused a fury. It got a lot of people upset with him because that's pretty hard. And but that's what he said. And the next sentence reads, how important do you feel that it is to work smart? Now, of course, it's very important to work smart. And I think by being in college, you're working smart. Because by being in college or graduating from college, you'll have a better opportunity to get a better job and make a better income over the course of your career than if not. Okay, there are exceptions. You know, there are people who never go to college or they never graduate and they do fabulously well. But in general, for most people, having a college education should help you to do better than people who don't have a college education. Okay, so that's the way of working smart. Like you're not going to have to do construction or wash dishes or clean toilets. You know, you won't have to. Okay, unless you want to. Okay, I do some construction work because it makes me money. You know, a lot of money actually. I think in a real estate practice, my wife and I have made about $1 million over the years. So, you know, but working smart, I think graduating from college, having a college education is an example of working smart. And then the next sentence asks, how important do you feel that is to work hard? That's the part that people had trouble with, okay? That's the part they didn't like. It's your call, you know. Personally, I think it's important to work smart and it's important to work hard. How can these two work strategies be combined to obtain the best results in your life? So the idea here is that, of course, you want to work smart, but if you combine it with working hard, you might be able to get the best results for your life in that manner. And let me pull up my calculator here to tell you to explain what I mean. Now, the average American is living about, especially in your generation, about 80 years. Okay, men a little less than 80, women maybe a little more than 80, but let's say 80 on average. Okay, so if you live 80 years and you multiply it by 365 days, that means that when you're born, you're allotted about 29,000 days. Once you run it, once you get to, like, every day is one less day, right? Like you go from 29,000 to 28,000 to, right? Eventually you get to zero and then it's over, okay? And there aren't any refills, okay? No refills. Well, maybe you have like open heart surgery, you get a little boost, okay? But usually there are no refills. And so you want to make the best use of every day, right? Because eventually you will run out of days. If you're 40, you're probably down, let's divide by 2. If you're 40 years old, which some of you might be, you're down to 14,000 days. Okay. If you're 60, divide that by 2, you're down to 7,000 days. You start with $29,000, but now you're 60, so now you're down to 7,000 days. Okay, and like that. So you want to squeeze as much juice out of every day. Okay, try to take advantage of every day to the best of your ability, right? And so you might consider working smart, but also working hard. And then at the bottom of this slide, I wrote 997 because my understanding is that in Japan, it's expected that many people should work 997 from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Okay, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I read. And this is a very interesting idea because since Columbus arrived in the Americas in 1492, for the last 500 years, the dominant people on the planet have been white European Christians. First the Romans, then the Spanish, then the French, then the English, and more recently the Americans. They have dominated the world, right, in almost every sense. But around the year 1900, the Japanese became a world power. And the Japanese are not European, and they're not white, and they're not Christian. They have some Christians, but very few, relatively few. So what happened? And they have a small country with not many natural resources. It's a very mountainous country with not too many natural resources. Like, I don't think Japan has much oil to speak of, for example. So what happened? Well, it might be this whole idea of 997, right? Working smart and working hard to get the best results possible. Maybe. Okay, I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's go next slide.